All right, I think we are live. So, hey everyone, hope you're doing well. How is everyone today? Oh, ground control audio, they are in the house. How's it going, everyone? I see some familiar faces already. Let me know, are the volumes okay? As always, this is a new microphone, so I'm hoping it helps a bit. All right, excellent. And today's shameless merch plug is this t-shirt. This is actually a prototype, so the actual one has 2 plus 3 equals 5. I thought this would be a nice like 1984 thing, but then I realized like more people probably see it as Radiohead kind of thing, so I decided to change it to the actual equation. So yeah, if you do get the t-shirt, it will be 2 plus 3 on that one. All right. So yeah, it's morning. I'm hungry. I haven't had any breakfast, and there's a reason for that because I fancy some noodles for breakfast, and I've got some noodles in this box, believe it or not. So should we take a look? What's inside? I always have to wait for the reply. I should just keep nattering. Hey everyone, show the noodles. We will show the noodles. All right then. So I'll get to the info about who ground control audio is and stuff first. But yeah, I haven't actually tried this out yet. So I mean, I've had a look in the box, but we'll demo some sounds with it today. All right. Okay, there we are. So, like I said, if that will focus, excellent. Yeah, this is the Noodles by Ground Control Audio. So it's basically like an EQ, like booster style pedal. So it's got like a 3-band EQ, and you can switch between which part of the band that you insinuate, basically which one you boost. So should be a bit of fun. We'll try that one out. So but like I said, recently I said I didn't really want to promote so much gear and stuff on the channel, only if I thought like it was good, and I genuinely thought it would be helpful for you. With this one, let me get Chrome loaded up for you. There we go. There's a special reason why. So this is Ground Control's website. And if we head over to the artist page, you might be familiar with with some of these people on here. So we've got Marcus Mena from Standards, Yvette Young from Covet, and we've got Foxing, Golfer. Absolutely love Golfer. So if you haven't heard of Golfer, yeah, go and check them out. Wonderful band. And obviously we've got Mineral. So and a Floral. So these are the bands, the Locusts I'm familiar with as well. But there's a lot of bands on here, Vasudeva as well, that I like, and I think that you like too. So yeah, basically Ground Control Audio is supporting some of the math rock and emo artists that we really enjoy. So when they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to check it out, I was all on board to do that. And let's go over to the shop. Here's the actual pedal itself. And as you can see here, it's like a switchable EQ kind of style pedal. So you can select which band to boost. All right, so yeah, let's get this plugged in. So give me a second. Back over to me. There we go. I'm back again. So I've got some long cables here. I was a genius this morning, and I thought that that I'll keep it on the desk, and I can still have it part of my pedal board. But you know what I didn't think of is how to actually power it. So so have to bear with me a second while I get a 9-volt adapter. In the meantime, you can read about this pedal. All right then, so that's hopefully solved. And let's check if we've actually got some sound as well. That would be a no. Give me a second. I think I've got these cables in the wrong way. Oops. Wow. Sorry about that. Going well so far, right? Live pedal demos. There we go. All right then. So I'm not sure how much you can boost these by, so I'll just put it fairly low setting for now. Let's just jump over to the stream. Excellent. Okay, I hope I'm on the right video and stuff. Nice, excellent. Yes, if you've got any questions, like I said, Ground Control Audio is in the chat here, so they can help you out there. Yeah. All right then. I'm just going through the comments. Apologies. Yeah, it's good to see a lot of people back here. Telecaster nerd. D-Dog's music is back again. Excellent. All right then. Let's try this out then, yeah? Is the stream smooth, by the way? It's all stuttery on my end, so I'm just worried about that. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Tube Amp Cat. Appreciate the support. Does it, gents? I don't think so. Well, we could probably make it gents, but I can't play gents, so... Anyway, let's try this out. So that's with it not on. Wow, so it's a big boost there, right, in that mid-range. I'm interested to see what the bass does now if it boosts that much on the mids. Now I'm clipping the signal. Let me bring that down a bit. Wow, that can add a lot of bass, right? I like that low end. Seems to work well with this Telecaster. I've already got quite a bit of mid-range going on, so I guess... Yeah, so on the lowest setting, it does boost it a little bit, right? So it's not cutting the frequency. That's lovely. Let's probably not have the treble that high when we put this in, right? Wow. Yeah, I think this would work really well with probably the Les Paul for like humbuckers or something to clean them up. That's really cool. I'm really surprised how much volume it's got. Like, anyway, let's boost the highest mid setting, and I like that low end bass. So let's try and A/B that. So off, on. I've already got a fair bit going on as well, with pedal wise and stuff. So let me turn off some other stuff and try and EQ it with this instead. So now I'm just running. Now I'm just running flat. Yeah, the ground control audio said the lowest bass setting is 40 hertz, so that's really low. You get some oomph in there, right? All right, so now I've got a really kind of flat, well, a flat sound for me anyway. So let's try and brighten that up a bit. E string's been a bit funny today. Hey everyone. Nice. What are your thoughts? I just got out of the box, so I really need to spend some time with it, of course. But first impressions, really cool. I'm really surprised how much volume is on tap. Like, I've not got an overdrive pedal on. I'm just playing clean. But that will certainly bring you to overdrive territory. Should we try some thick bass? That's crazy. I'm going to bring down the level. Clipping now. And let's just insinuate some of the mids just to see. I mean, with the guitar frequencies, I guess when you go to the second and the third setting, it's not really doing that much with the treble. Well, that's really cool. What I see this pedal being super useful for is, there's quite an obvious few features, but for me, I'm just going to use this as like my always on kind of sound. It's really cool. And whatever amp you have or whatever guitar you have, you can make it sound like anything, I guess, with this pedal, because it's got so much flexibility with it, right? All right, yeah, that's the Noodles. It's a delicious snack that I needed this morning. Just bring that down. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching about the pedal review, and a really big thanks to Ground Control Audio. I'll be sure to put this on my board. I usually have this. Well, I can't really get it. It's attached to the board, and it's too heavy to pull out. But if you're familiar with my board, I have this Vox over-the-top boost, and that's my always-on sound. And it's a massive pedal. It's quite noisy, so I think this will replace it. So thank you. All right. So yeah, if you got any questions, I'll get back to them. I've been ignoring the chat a bit here. So fire away. I've got the guitar, so if you want to ask any guitar-related questions, I can try my best to help you out with that kind of thing. So looking back at the chat here. Okay, so Ground Control, they said had to think about the bass playing friends as well, yeah. But that's, I don't know, it's really cool, like how much low end you can put on there. I've not had a pedal, well, I've not really had much experience with EQ pedals, but to me that's really cool. Hey, Kudo, good to see you again. I'm doing well, thanks. All right. Okay. Yeah. Slicks Noir. Noir. They asked, you ever try playing something and sound terrible, but then you try playing random stuff for practice and it sounds amazing? I don't understand why it's like that. I don't know. For me, I have a hard time writing stuff for other people. If somebody's already written, especially like a second guitar part's always challenging, especially if it's already, a busy guitar part. You're trying to find does it need another guitar part, and where to actually put that, what to actually put in there is another thing, right? Some of the best ideas I've come up with have just been from noodling around. You find a particular, fall into a particular, let's say into a particular ravine or something, and then you just follow on from there, and sometimes the thing will write itself, and that's always wonderful when that happens, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna jump back up the chat just to check if I missed anything. Right, so there were some quality comments. I'm sorry I missed these. So Ground Control Audio said, "Do not eat the pedal." Yeah, it does look rather tasty. It's gonna look out of place on my board. A tasty treat pedal. All right. Yes, if you want to find out more about that particular pedal, it's like I said, you can just jump over to the Ground Control Audio's website there, and they've got a bunch of other awesome stuff as well on there. Perhaps I will order some and try out some other pedals by them as well. All right. So T.Y. Bishop, you asked what are some practice tips in order to train my hands to change chord shapes faster? With that one, that's something I never really practiced. I think just by playing songs and stuff that I wrote, just over time, that dexterity just built up that way. So I can't really say there's a particular method that I would recommend, but just try out, especially when you start learning the extended chord shapes. If you're going from, if everything's staying on the A string, let's say A string roots, perhaps if I had a guitar, that would be, and if I didn't roll over my cables, that would help too. So let's say, right, let's bring some Noodles back in. So if you were playing like a progression that's all on the same string, it's a bit easier. Like in that progression I played in the intro, New strings. I didn't stretch them enough last night. The E string's been a bit funny today. So apologies if it's grating your ears. So like that C sharp minor 9 chord there. Going to this minor 11 shape, G sharp here. Actually, would help if you could actually see it, right? We'll try and get that in the shot for you. Switching, when you have to switch to a different string, that takes more, right? It's more, that's going to take longer to develop. So that's one thing I'd probably recommend if coming up with something on the fly here. If it's the same string roots, so let's say if we follow this chord progression all the way to the end, we come to this 7 sharp 9 chord. In that shape, if I was to have this melody line leading down like that, that requires a bit of dexterity to work around thinking about the fingering. So I think from doing things like that is where I've improved my dexterity with changing chord shapes. Other than that, I've not really gone up my way to practice that. So if anyone else has any tips to help you out, then you're more than welcome to throw some things in the chat to help each other out with. So, but thanks for the question, TY. All right. Yeah. Okay. You're having trouble with that. Okay. Just I think as lame as it sounds, just practice changing between shapes. Choose a particular progression and just cycle through that. It takes time, of course, but you'll notice the improvements if you do it for a week. All right, Trent, you asked me before, but you didn't know the answer. What is math rock? I at this point I'm not sure. I don't think many people know as well. There are many varying definitions as to what math rock is. On my website, I have a whole thing on the first page about it, and it's really what it is to you. But I was thinking about this last night, and to me, you can have quite melodic sounding math rock that's quite easy to get into. Everything's diatonic, so staying within the same key. There's not really that many out there notes, and the complexity might not be too complex. Words are hard, right? In that case, I find that's a lot more approachable and easier to listen to. But some of the best bands that I enjoy, when I initially listened to them, because they've got so much going on, but the more times I listened to that band, for example, last night I started listening to Land Wars, and their first song on their record is called Friends Suck, and there's a lot going on in that song. It reminds me a lot of Giraffes. The more times I've listened to that song, the more I start to appreciate the little nuances in it and stuff. And I think that's I know I've gone off on a tangent here, but that's probably what, if I was to explain what math rock is, it's something that you have to listen to quite a few times to understand it and appreciate it, and then enjoy it. I don't know, what does everyone else think? But that's tend to what there's, if you say a band because you could have so many subgenres of well, not genres. I wouldn't call math rock really a genre, a style perhaps, but there's many different bands that all have different styles that get lumped together under this term math rock, right? And the same with the emo lot gets lumped under this term of math rock as well. So you often see bands that aren't really technically got a lot going on that you would consider math rock, but they've been drawn into it somehow, and it's a wonderful thing, that's for sure. But a great question. I still don't know the answer. All right, keep on going down. Kudos says a new pedal. Yeah, it's a great pedal. If you notice behind me here, this shelf, that used to be my pedal shelf, and I've sold pretty much all of the ones that I'm not using. It's yeah, I wasn't using them. There's no point for having them hanging around, so I sold them. And then this week I bought a guitar with them, so it's going to be a big surprise for you. So you'll have to wait to see what I've got. But I'm really excited about what I've bought. On the subject of gear, I was thinking about this again in this morning. Like I said in the channel, I didn't really want my channel to be that gear focused. When it's like with ground control audio here, they're really supporting the like math rock / emo community. So I'm all on board to check out their stuff. And personally think it's a personal thing, isn't it? If you're interested in gear and you like watching those videos, then that's fine for you. For me, I felt like I was starting to think about what piece of gear I was going to get next, rather than like what I'm going to play in guitar or what I would like to write, these kind of things. So I felt like that wasn't very healthy for me. So I tried to just streamline my pedal board, stop watching gear demos and stuff like that, and just concentrate on writing and the things that I actually enjoy. So as long as that's not getting in the way, if you're not thinking about what piece of gear to get next, you're not thinking about what guitar to get while you're trying to go to sleep at night, then you're okay. But that's what was happening to me. Okay. Hey, you're welcome, TY. Right, and apologies if I keep breathing with my nose into the microphone. That's something I need to learn not to do. Okay, so going through the chat again. Okay, Madibus. They ask, any advice for someone who's been playing a lot and improving and having fun, but still very intimidated by gear? How do you get the tone you want? Well, that kind of ties into what I was just saying. So, you don't need to have fabulous gear in order to get a good tone. Okay, so when I was studying music, the one thing that was often said to me by lecturers and teachers and stuff was worry about the playing first and then worry about your tone, which is kind of true. But you don't want to go to a gig and it's like an ice pick terrible sound, even if the playing's great, right? So there is a reason why we feel like we want some good tone. But Madavis, yeah, like this Vox Pathfinder over here, solid state transistor amp, really affordable. Sounds great. There was a JHS episode recently about solid states, saying solid state amps suck. Obviously it was a joke. It was saying the opposite, but the first amp they demo in that video is that amp there, the Vox Pathfinder, and you can see how good it sounds. So there's that. One thing is just making sure your guitar's in tune. Nobody wants to listen to an out-of-tune guitar. To me, this high E on the guitar is really bothering me today. I'm not sure if anyone else can hear it, but it's really, something sounds strange, so I need to address that. Make sure your guitar's in tune. If you can intonate it too, that will work, because otherwise when you play past the 12th fret or even before the 12th fret, you might be fretting notes and they're sharp or flat, so that won't sound so great as well. Also the nut as well, so if it's not cut right, so anything like really on the 1st fret or 2nd fret, when you press down on it, you might find it sharp no matter how much intonation you do down here. So this guitar, when I got it, for years I had it, it was always too sharp whenever I played like this note here. Now it's fine, but I just basically filed the nut slot to be so it wasn't, when I fretted it, it wasn't going sharp basically. Yeah, so this guitar's got I bought the intonating saddles for it, so that helps too. With Telecasters, you got those brass the saddles, and sometimes that can be a bit of a pain to intonate, if I'm honest. But yeah, biggest tips: just get make sure your guitar's in tune, make sure it's intonated, and try out just some like affordable amplifiers. You can get some decent sounds, or if you've got an audio interface, you could try out some some plug-in software and stuff. The only problem with that is the the direct monitoring can be an issue. So if you've got latency and stuff like that. Yeah, but I hope that answers your question, helps you out a bit. Try not to worry too much. All right. Hey, thanks for the love for waves. T.Y. says, do you mind playing waves? And then Slick says, Slicks underneath says, it's one of your favorite songs. Oops. Yeah, something sounds odd today to me. Yeah, I can't play that very well right now. But thanks, yeah, I really appreciate it. If you're interested in that song, if you didn't know, I released a single recently with three songs, and Waves is one of those. Oh, Trent, would you use this with a compressor? Yeah, it's totally up to you. The compressor is just first in my chain. It's always on, even when I'm using my Les Paul. I think I said, let's just make sure the volume's off. Last week when I was talking about compression, basically the less drive you have on your signal, the more useful a compressor can be for you. I tend to play with not that much gain, so having a compressor before, it hasn't been a problem for me. Also, like I run direct into the, like, I got a Rev D20 amplifier, and then that's coming out the XLR output and into my audio interface. So it's not, I haven't got any actual physical speaker cabinet or anything like that. So I think if I played this through a speaker cabinet, I don't think it would sound like it actually need a compressor. But yeah, I'd still use the compressor with this. If it was getting a bit too much, then you can just tweak on here, but it's completely up to you. It's one of those trial and error things. So if you feel like it's interfering, you can turn the compression down. A compression with a blend control always helps as well. So you can turn the compression down, but also still have your your clean signal there. If you could alter it that way. All right, but thanks for the question. Yeah. Okay. The part-time punk, they asked, what cheap light amp like overdrive would you recommend? Amp like, well, I haven't had much experience with those types of pedals. I use the MXR Il Torino overdrive. That's based. It's made by a amp designer. That pedal, custom shop one. I can't remember what amp it's based on, but that pedal sounded really good. And I don't know what country you're in, of course. So if sometimes it's quite a cheap pedal to find, and then in some countries that people have said to me that it's been a pretty expensive pedal. Over here, it's around $100 new. I'd say probably 120. If you can get one second hand, really recommend that pedal. I'm not sure if anyone else has tried it, or if you've got any recommendations, just throw them down. I'm not too familiar with like amp amp in a box style overdrive pedals, if that's the thing you're looking for. All right, Corey Mags. So you bought a Telecaster because of you, because of me. Oh, how wonderful! Thank you. What did you get? Let me know. Let me know. I'm always interested. You know I love Telecasters. So you were wondering if I could do a video about ambient shoegazy chords effects. I could probably do the chordal stuff, not so much the effects side of things. I tend to use like really dry, I'm using reverb. Someone asked about delay. I think I missed your question, sorry. With delay, really, I don't find it works with the way that I play. However, I have found that like an analog delay, something that sits in the background quite well. If I turn the mix down, I like that kind of thing sometimes. But for shoegazy stuff, I think I'm the wrong person for that. But I could tell you what chords would probably work well with those kind of effects. Thanks, Corey. All right, you got a good Squire Telecaster, all white with a maple neck. Okay, nice. Congratulations. Robbie Horn. My Chemical Romance is clearly my favorite math rock band. Don't ban me, lol. I like My Chemical Romance, man. I really like the Black Parade album. It's a wonderful story told through that album, and there's a few bangers on the record before that. Okay, Trent, you're just teasing me about the compressor one. Okay. Yeah, I know about Polini. Slicks. They asked if I heard of the Australian prog metal artist Polini. Polini, right? It's Polini, yeah. Yeah, like Strandberg artists, right? Not really listen to. Yeah, I don't really listen to that style of music too much. Some bands that fall within that vein I do enjoy. But yeah, it's a great player. I like, from what I've seen of his playing, it's not too over the top and complicated. He like really thinks about the phrasing and stuff like that. Yeah, Bulletproof Tiger. Trent Turner says, I like to think if I had one band to sum up math rock, I'd say Bulletproof Tiger. Yeah, to me, whenever I think of math rock, I'm always thinking about, usually I'm going back to like the earlier style bands like Don Cab. And then like if you think of like Giraffes like super bass. It's got a long title. I can't remember what it is, but that album as well. Those kind of things. That's what reminds me of math rock. Rukia, morning. Good morning to you. Blake, they asked, would you ever do a Sound Like Mineral video? Okay. For that, yeah, I haven't really listened to too much Mineral. I do enjoy that style of music. Really do enjoy that style of music. I could potentially take a look at some of the songs, but I think being emo, I can just, from what I can remember, it's going to be a lot of the chords that I use already. So I think that wouldn't be too difficult to put together. But good question. I have tons of video ideas that I saved on my phone, wherever that's gone. And yeah, there's like top 5 emo chord progressions or top 5 emo riffs, these kind of things. So eventually I will get to something like that. All right, ground control audio. Good thing we also make an optical compressor with a blend knob. Okay, that pairs great with the Noodles. Bit of sly advertising there. I love it. Yeah. The blend knob. Out of all the compressors I've tried, I really like the Boss ones, but they're really missing that blend feature. So, yeah. If you're going to get a compressor, I really recommend one that does have that feature. But yeah, if you found it's completely fine without one, then you just stick with that. Fuji, Just got here. They said just got here. Was it a telly in the box? Unfortunately, it wasn't a telly, but it was this wonderful, delicious snack in a pedal form, and the noodles. You know, I'm really craving some noodles for lunch now as well. Some ramen or something like that. But like I did say that I have got another guitar on the way, and I'm just going to say now it's not a Telecaster, okay? But I'll show it to you soon. Nice, James Ford. They say I just got a Squire Thin Line from 2008, black with rosewood fretboard. Okay, Gibson scale. Right. Wow, I don't even know what that model is. You know, thinking about it, thin line. So is that going to be the vintage modified series? I guess. I thought they only did that in natural and like a sunburst finish though. But cool, excellent stuff. I've been looking at getting another thin line, but they don't sell the Ventura series one over here. I didn't like the candy apple red one that I had, and the Warmoth body that I had, which was like a vintage blonde kind of color. Really well, lovely construction on that body, but it just didn't fit the pick guard, the Fender pick guard correctly. So that was always a pain. Corey Max says a Flying V is confirmed. I have to sit with it like a classical style, right? Where was I talking about? I've gone off on a tangent now. Thin lines, that's the one, yeah. So I was thinking of getting the classic vibe 70s, but all the natural ones are sold out, and I don't really particularly like the look of the the sunburst ones so much. Yeah. So they don't sell the Ventura series here, and I think they've probably discontinued them. I went on their website and they don't actually have that model there anymore, so I don't know. Japan, the Fender Japan has a thin line. They sell the Japan line here in Korea, but they don't have that thin line. For some reason, they don't. Maybe something to do with shipping, but the thin line is really hard to get. It's become like the for me, it's like for Taumans for everyone else. It's really hard to get a hold of a Tauman if it's not like the Yvette signature one, for example. Noodles has one as well from the Offspring, like a reverse Tauman with P90s. Yeah. Okay, Trent, you were serious about the compression question. Okay, excellent. Oh, the math rock one. Sorry, I see now. No problem. Don't worry, I don't take offense. Okay. Where are we? Oh, Corey, did I read your message? You found a Squire? Oh, yeah, all white with a maple neck. I did, yeah. SM talking about the wiggle stick, and I just said Don Cab. I did. Corey, make me sound like explosions in the sky, please. Yeah. There was one of the first bands I saw in Korea was a band called November on Earth, and they were like the guitarist from that. He's really inspired by that band, Explosions in the Sky. So, this is the story of how I founded mountains. So I've told this before. Like I was in a different city at that time, South Korea, Daegu. Went out drinking one night. It was probably like my first or second year here. Didn't really think that live music was a thing here. Had quite a bit to drink. Was stumbling home to going to a taxi to go back home, and I heard walked past this basement, and there's a place called Communes, and you just hear this what sounded like a wall of sound coming from down below. So that piqued my interest. I went down there, and that band was playing, and it's like this pedal board with like two Strymon timeline delays, and it was pretty crazy. And then afterwards, it was Ali, who's in my band Mountains now. His other band played. They were called Colors, was it? Yeah, Colors. And yeah, that was very math rock-esque. So I was instantly in love with that, and yeah, got speaking to Ali afterwards, and then the band went from there. But yeah, that was an interesting experience, that's for sure. A one-off random encounter that started the band. But I can't. Long story short, I can't help you sound like that. Sorry. There's got to be plenty of other YouTubers doing that kind of thing, right? All right. Okay. Thanks for the answers. You're welcome. We got the Flying V confirmed. Okay. El Rose, they asked, I'm sure I missed it, but why are Telecasters so popular in math rock? I need a guitar and shopping around. Well, I think it's that, you know, I made a t-shirt about this, but like, cables. You would be horrified if you saw the mess down there because it's Midwest humor. Whoops. Right, so to me, Telecaster on the bridge, very, wow. That's Black Sabbath, but it's very rock and roll, right, on the bridge with a lot of gain. Turn the drive off. If you go to the neck pickup, it's very very warm sounding, and obviously the bridge as well is very twangy on clean, good for country. On the neck pickup, to me, very warm, very rounded kind of tone, so it's good for like jazz and stuff like that. So you've got this really bright pickup in the neck, in the bridge position. Really warm sounding one in the neck pickup. So when you put them together, that E string is bugging me today. I'm not going to play the high E string. To me, it just has like that lovely like sponginess to it. Apologies for that. I don't really know why. It just sounds nice. It sounds twinkly, if we have to say it. Looking at the wrong camera, I got my webcam there and my main camera here. Yeah, but not every band does, of course, but it's a very popular choice. When I was in Japan, it was either like the bands there was always like either a Telecaster or a Jazzmaster. Those were the two really popular guitars. You didn't really, none of the Maffy style bands that we played with used like a Strat or something. It was always a Tele or a Jazzmaster. I'd like to try a Jazzmaster. Yeah. Okay. All right. You're going to try and narrow down this new guitar, aren't you? A Tube Amp Cat says, they asked, is it a Sterling guitar? It's not a Sterling guitar. Fuji is obviously, they say it's obviously a BC Rich Warlock. Remember the, I can't remember where I saw it the other day, but there was the Mick Thompson, was it BC Rich? You know, the one that had like hate written on the fretboard. That's pretty out there, right? Okay, did I skip your question, Kuji? I will go back up and see if I can find it. Okay, what's the weird sound coming out of single coils? When I touch my strings, the metal parts, the sound goes away. Yeah, even when in the middle position. So with a Telecaster, they are single coils. So my understanding is they have something called 60 cycle hum. So you basically complete the loop, the ground loop, when you touch any of the strings or the metal parts on your guitar. If it's buzzing like crazy, then that's not normal. But listen to yeah. So that's like, if I point my guitar at my computer, you're getting a lot of interference there, right? Move it away, you're getting less. I've got a lot of drive on, by the way, now as well. Neck bridge is the same. And the neck. So what a lot of other guitars have is they reverse wound one of these pickups. I'm not sure which one it is, and then that books the hum, so you don't get that sound in the middle position. Tell you what, I'll show you, because the Mustang has the reverse wound pickups. Can check out my lovely legs while I do that. Right, so now I got the Mustang. If I put it on the bridge, yeah, we get the same thing, right? A lot of sound. On the neck, similar thing. But on the middle, no sound at all, right? Now it's acting like a humbucker, so that hum has been cancelled. I'm not a luthier, I don't really know much about this, but that's my understanding of it. So if you're having like a really loud buzzing sound, I don't think that's normal. But on the Affinity tellies, they are not, there's no wax potting or seal or whatever you call it, so they do tend to buzz a little bit more. And this would be out of tune, of course. I'm just going to put this down here. All right, just make sure I don't step on that. All right, 5 minutes or so, and then I'll have to wrap up, as I need to get ready for today's classes. Right, so apologies for missing your question. Hopefully that helps you out a bit. Right, so Trent, I wasn't in Colours. You're probably thinking of the British band Colour. So Ali's band over here in South Korea was called Colours, I think it was. So a bit of a difference there, and they definitely sound rather different from each other as well. Jazzmaster, yeah, I could say it is the shoegazer's guitar, right? Isn't the picture of the album cover of who am I thinking again? Shoegaze band. Loveless one. Oh, what's it called again? That's going to bug me now. Give me a second. My Bloody Valentine, that's the one. The cover of Loveless, isn't it? Isn't that a Jazzmaster on that cover, if you go and take a look at that? All right. Wait, where's the chat gone? There we are. Yeah, good. Right. Okay, so Corey asks, is it a Jennings? Nope. Okay, the question about the strings from last week. All right. Yeah, I just looked at the question. I'm not sure I get the gist of it. I've never had really a problem with that kind of thing at the moment, because it's like summer. I think I said last week, it's very humid, hot in here. I've just put Elixir strings on for the time being. Yeah, Uchi Konbini, I have heard of them. Konbini means like convenience store in Japanese. Uchu, I'm not sure what that means though. Yeah, Really fantastic guitarist. Crazy. Like crazy good. Right. Loveless. Thank you, Corey. Yep. My bloody Valentine. Yeah. You were there for me. Thank you. All right then. I'm going to wrap it up today. I need to get, like I said, I need to prepare for my classes. So, thanks for joining today. Thanks for checking out this this Noodles pedal with me. I'm going to get it on my board later after I'm done my work, and yeah, I'm going to try it out. So hopefully, it can replace this Vox pedal. I think out of all my board, the Vox pedal is the favorite. It's the cheapest, but it's also very noisy, and sometimes when you turn it on, the tube doesn't work in it, so it's very temperamental. So hopefully this will fix that one for me. All right then. So thanks for today, everyone. Thanks for the questions. I've hoped I've helped out. I thank you again, TubeAmp Cat. Very generous of you. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Stay safe, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. And I'll catch you all at the same time next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, I think I'll have the little lesson segment at the start again. We'll go back to that one. So I just want to say thank you to Ground Control Audio for the pedal. I really appreciate it. Going to try it out. I'm sure it'll be in lots of my videos in the future. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.